video presentation regarding the company BHP Billiton. This is the history of BHP Billiton. For over 150 years, BHP Billiton has developed contributions to the industry, communities, and economics around the world. Formed from a merger between BHP and Billiton, they value their heritage and strong foundation on which their companies were built. For, from two small mining companies founded in the 1800s, they are now the world leaders in diversified resources in the industry. The history of BH Billiton. Billiton roots trace back to 1851 and in a time when there was a small tin mining company, little known in Indonesia. Billiton Island and the Billiton Island. Billiton became a global leader in the metal and mining sector and major producer of aluminum, chrome, magnesium, ore, alloys, steam coal, nickel, titanium, and titanium materials. Billiton also developed a substantial growth of copper portfolio. Finding out more about Billiton history prior to the merger with BH Billiton in their chronological history. The history of BHP, Broken Hill Proprietors, which history began in silver, lead, zinc, and mining company in Brooklyn Hill, Australia. Incorporated in 1885, BHP engaged in the discovery, development, production, and marketing of iron ore, copper, oil and gas, diamonds, silver, lead, zinc, and a range of other natural resources. BHP, Broken Hill Proprietors, was also a market leader in value in flat steel products. The merger of the two companies in June 2001 became one of the largest diversified resource companies. Among the world's largest producers and major commodities include aluminum, coal, copper, iron, ore, magnesium, nickel, silver, uranium, substance, industries, and oil and gas. In 2010, they celebrated 150 years and three significant milestones. Billiton established in 1860, October 28. BHP incorporated August 13, 1885. BHP Billiton was listed on the Australia and London Stock Exchanges the 29th of June 2001. By building their past and combining the assets of each company with the very best of their skilled people, BHP Billiton is ideally placed to be the leading resources industry in the future. As far as being team leaders, the merger of BH Billiton demonstrated synergy, the creation of a whole greater than the sum of the individual parts by pooling both their company's individual talent, resources, and mergers and efforts together, and creating extraordinary results throughout the collectivities of this action. Billiton uses communication networks, decentralization and centralization by having teams in the same city, regions interacting intensely and closely together on a complex task to create long-term shareholders' values through discovery, acquisition, development, marketing of natural resources. And the other teams across the globe worked tasks independently together. Task and maintenance roles. Task activities, the definition of task maintenance roles. Task activities, actions taken by a team member that directly contributed to the group performance and maintain actions taken by the team to support the emotional life of the group are demonstrated by Billiton by crossing global operations by being committed to working in ways that are true to BHP Billiton's charter values of sustainability, integrity, respect, performance, and simplicity, and accountability. The company build the team leaders and supervisors give special attention to the maintenance activities, while still making sure the responsibilities are shared and distributed among all team members. A perfect example of the way teams make decisions in the effect of the dual listing company merger is BH Billiton Limited. Its subsidiaries, the BHP Billiton Limited Group and the BHP PLC, its subsidiaries, the BHP Billiton PLC Group, operation together as a single economic entity, the group. Under the arrangements of the shareholders of BHP Billiton, Billiton Limited and BHP Billiton PLC have a common economic interest in both groups. The shareholders of the BHP Billiton Limited and BHP PLC take key decision making, including the election of directors, through a joint election process under the shareholders of two companies effectively voted on a joint basis. Example of creativity in a team decision making is BH Billiton Group has certain contractual arrangements with other participants engaged in joint activities involving a group's ownership of assets dedicated to the purpose of each venture. These arrangements do not create a jointly controlled entity of the ventures, directly derive the benefits of operations of their jointly owned assets rather than deriving interest from an interest in separate entities. The financial statements of the Billiton Group includes its share of assets in such joint ventures together with the liabilities, revenues, and expenses arising jointly or otherwise from those operations. All such amounts are measured in accordance with the terms of each arrangement, which are usually in proportion to the group's interest in the jointly controlled assets. The BHP Billiton Company states our corporate strategy is based on owning assets diversified by commodities, geographic, and marketing. Example of brainstorming for Billiton. To achieve this, they also needed a workforce that reflects diversity in all forms together: gender, skill, experience, and ethnicity. Embracing openness through teamwork, diversity, and relationships that are mutually beneficial. Reflects their core values of respect and is focused on their people, strategies, and all efforts. They aim to be exclusively and build pride and loyalty in the workplace. The BH Billiton Group functions operate under the instructions of the group community to ensure the group meets governance, assurance requirements, and activities necessary to improve the overall effectiveness of the group. Group thinking in a company can make it hard for teams to criticize, evaluate another's idea and suggestions. In a company as large as BH Billiton, this would be counterintuitive, especially when evaluating its capabilities. This is why the Billiton Company encourages a workplace where people speak up and say if they are unsure how to respond to a situation or don't understand any elements of the business. BHP Billiton used small teams of employees to form committees. A committee is designed to work for a special task on a continuing basis, that work on special tasks on a continuing basis for its community-based activities and programs that are undertaken at various stages of their projects. Due to the financial commitment of BHP Billiton Company, the employee teams that are responsible for overseeing the community-based programs show the cohesiveness of each member and the attractiveness and motivation to remain a part of the team, protect the amazing contributions of the company. These BHP Billiton-based community work on activities and programs that are designed to improve the quality of life for the people in the community where Billiton operate in a substantial way. BH Billiton is a great company to work for. As you can see, they use a lot of the processes in chapter 17 as far as teamwork and how to use it together.